This weekend, of course, you've got the Indiana-Kentucky series, which takes place Friday and Saturday in Owensboro, and then it's Southport this year because of the renovations going on at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. But a series that, of course, Indiana has a big lead in. And again, this year they have a solid team, so they shouldn't have a lot of problems. On the women's side, we'll get back to the men. What's it look like on the women's? I haven't paid a lot of attention to that. That's a more competitive series there.
Yeah, and I did hear Kentucky's going to have, I think, 3 girls who aren't able to play, including their Miss Basketball, who's going to Tennessee. So, who knows? Kentucky always seems to have a little more trouble getting their people there for whatever reason, or, getting the top players to play in the game. So, the girls is normally, though, like you mentioned, normally more competitive between Kentucky and Indiana. I don't have it in front of me what the all-time series. I think the boys is like 99 to 42 or something around that range. The girls has been much closer, over time. This is a good girls class. I don't know if it's the best, of all time, but they have a lot of Division I players on the roster. And, kind of like the boys, maybe they don't have that top, that superstar type player, but a lot of really good players. And Jayla Smith, who played at Lawrence North, she's going to Purdue. She was Miss Basketball, and she'll lead that team. And then Allie Becky, who really came on throughout the course of the year, going to Ball State, played at Brownsburg, led them to the state championship game where they got beat. But, and then the junior side, for the girls too, that I think that class might be a little bit stronger as far as the top level talent with, there a couple of those Crown Point girls that won state, Lily Stoddard and Jessica Carruthers, who were part of that state title team for Crown Point that beat Brownsburg. So, those 2 really good players. And then North Central, Tanya Welch, really nice player as well. Carmel's Kate Clark, really good shooter. She's committed to Michigan, and also a girl from Westfield headed to Michigan as well, Alyssa Crockett. And then Ayanna Patterson, she'll be fun to watch tonight too for the girls' side. I did a story on her a couple of years ago. She can dunk. She's going to UConn, so she is really good. Really good player. 6'3". So looking forward to seeing her play in that junior girls game tonight as well. So that's a really good class. That 2022 girls class will be fun to see how they perform tonight.
That stings, losing a player like that to UConn out of the state of Indiana. Whether it's for Indiana or Purdue or Notre Dame, for someone of that caliber to get away, really, it's like Indiana football. They haven't gotten that first 5-star from the state of Indiana yet. Not a lot to come out, but it makes a difference when you get that first big time recruit from your state. It's going to make a huge difference. And Notre Dame has done that before, but Purdue probably has. But Indiana women's basketball, man, if landing that big recruit, because their program is on the rise as well. But man, you sure hate to see those big ones go, those good ones go out of state.
Yeah, it's tough when it's UConn. That's once you get that UConn offer, it's in women's basketball. And she was, Ayanna Patterson. She's been, I know she was a top. Even when she was like 14, 15, it was pretty much known that she was one of the top players in the country, or top recruits anyway in the country. And really nice kid too. So but you're right. It's kind of like IU football with if they could get Caden Curry, from I know they're in the mix for him, but kind of similar to Patterson, different sport, but he's got Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, but is considering IU. So maybe that's kind of what you're talking about. If you could get him with an in-state guy like that, kind of carrying the flag a little bit, and then it kind of leads to some recruiting momentum, which I think they kind of have anyway. But even the fact that he's considering IU, I think shows how far they've come under Tom Allen. But different sport, but maybe kind of a similar type of situation.
I'm not sure if you're keeping up with the Pangos All-American Camp out in Vegas. There's a couple guys from Indiana out there, Cathedrals, Xavier Booker's out there, among some others. I'm trying to think who the other guy was, but not a big All-American Camp going on out in Vegas this week. It's been started on Sunday, I think, maybe.
Yeah, Jalen Hooks, I think, from Addicts, and Xavier Booker from Cathedral are out there. I haven't kept up with it really to know, what's going on exactly, but I do know they're out there. So good opportunity for them to play in a big event like that.
Yeah, big time deal going on there. And then, of course, the All-Star stuff going on tonight. On the football side of things, is there an All-Star football game this summer?
Yeah, they're doing the North-South game. It's normally later in June. Last year they had to cancel it, obviously. Paul Logan was always a big part of that North Central, and they always host it. So I don't have all the details on that, but yeah, that's always a good event. Seniors who haven't left for college yet, and that was kind of something that's changed over time too. Is normal. A lot of times these guys are gone or leaving already, and I know even talking to the Notre Dame guys yesterday, they're what a quick turnaround it is. They play Sunday or Saturday at Southport, and then turn around Sunday. They're enrolling at Notre Dame, or moving in at Notre Dame anyway, to get started there. So that's kind of become a common thing too. And a couple of years ago, they went from Friday, Saturday to Saturday, Sunday, and then a lot of guys couldn't be there on Sunday because they were having to leave to start classes on Monday. So they went back to this Friday, Saturday format, which I think is much better. Play Friday in Kentucky. That way you have them there, and then come back here and play Saturday in Indiana at Southport in this case. But instead of trying to go to Kentucky on Sunday, that just didn't, it's too hard to go to Kentucky and then have guys leave to get to their respective colleges later that day. So I think this will be. I remember one year I think it was Desmond Bain and Kyle Guy and those guys. They only had, I think, 8 guys down there playing in Kentucky, and that was not ideal. It doesn't look good when you only have 8 Indiana All-Stars playing. So I think going back to this format, I think Friday in Kentucky, Saturday in Indiana is going to be better long term.